Excuse the dusty dashboard here. I've not cleaned my truck here recently, as you can tell. But that is nice. Ooh, yeah, that's gonna be a later problem. Anyways, welcome to this fun and exciting trucking vlog. We're off to a fantastic start here. I don't know. I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do later, because I just made a delivery up at the Kroger Distribution Center in Bluffton, Indiana. I'm right now here at the Pilot in Marion. I'm gonna stop and take I stopped, and I'm gonna take a quick shower to kind of refresh myself here, as I'm looking a little rough, as I always do in these videos. And then I am going to the Nestle in Anderson, Indiana to pick up a load. It's actually supposed to be ready tomorrow, Saturday, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but Nestle is usually pretty good, so they A, might already have it loaded, or B, can put me straight into a door, as it is currently, what time is it? 11:45 Friday, so almost over 24 hours ahead of schedule, but that's okay. We'll see what happens, aka why I'm gonna kill a little bit of time going and take the shower. And that load is delivering Monday morning at like 2 in the morning in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I believe it's Associated Grocers. I've never been to them, so this will be a new fun and experience if the truck makes it down there. So we'll see. Now, obviously, you know, I guess I'm not doing this appropriately, as I should probably take this to a shop and get it looked at or whatever. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do a battery disconnect while I'm in the shower, so all the ECMs can, you know, get a little bit of a break and kind of restart themselves, if that makes sense. So we'll see what that does. Hopefully it does something. If it does not, I don't know. I guess I'll see, because I was driving and after I got off the country roads onto 69 here, you know, up the highway, it just popped up all of a sudden, and you know, I didn't feel any difference in terms of the truck behavior, you know, its gumption and everything. So I don't know. And granted, this truck is right now sitting at 97,000 miles, 268. So it is getting very close to its life expectancy. Yes, I know it's a 2023, but with how piss poor everything is made nowadays, it does not last worth a damn. And from what I've heard, these trucks typically start shitting themselves at around 100,000 miles. So this would make sense. This would not surprise me. I've already started to see a little bit of electrical issues here and there. So yeah, wouldn't be surprised. So again, ignore my mess. I was in a very muddy location, but battery's disconnected. Let's go ahead and see what happens. That's not a good sign, because, you know, if anything, you know, it's not leaking fuel or anything, so that definitely would make it seem like either a bad module, bad water pump, bad sensor, or not water pump, fuel pump. So I don't know. We will see. It's always, when I do these long trips, I always have issues. Anyways, this is the Pilot, or I'm sorry, I thought it was a Pilot, Flying J here in Marion. I always like this place because it's always empty when I come here. I don't know how it is at night, because, well, actually I've spent the night once here, but oh well. I do recollect having a good shower here, but I guess we'll see. For reference, this is a reserved area. They do allow parallel parking along the sides. It's reserved over there as well. Then you have some more reserved spots next to the building on the other side here. Pretty decent. Not huge or anything, but pretty decent. Well, looks like I got the disabled shower, so that's exciting. As long as it's... Oh, wait a minute here. Could be worse. All right. Moment of truth here. Let's see how optimistic we should be. Well, we got a check engine light, but not the actual check engine light. So that is a good start. Still probably going to be out. Yep. Let's go ahead and go to Nestle and see where that takes us. I don't even know when they'll load me. I don't know what's going to happen with this truck. What a fun and exciting trip. I can't wait. I know I have to drive through Memphis, if I remember looking at it correctly, the trip plan. So I can't wait for the fuel pump to die in like downtown Memphis on fucking 55 or whatever. Wouldn't that be fun? Ooh. I can't wait. Successfully arrived here to the Nestle. For reference, they do have on-site parking, which is nice. Hopefully I will not be utilizing that, and they'll just send me straight to the door. We are still doing moderately okay with the issues with the truck. Got my things set here. Tandem slid, reefer on at 33, and trailer full of fuel. So we are good. Doing a little bit of trip planning here. My first fuel stop is in Mount Vernon, Illinois. I'm going to be taking 69 down to Indy. Once I'm in Indy, taking 70 all the way to 57, and then 57 south. About 252 miles. I guess it just really depends on what we have working here of when I'll get there, when I'll have to stop, because I had to start my clock this morning to move to the door, but then I stopped it and was able to do a 3-hour break, so we'll see what happens. What's unfortunate is I don't have any pilot stops on this trip. I've got this is a Mach 1, no idea what that is. And then my other fuel stop is a Petro. So it's like, are we getting away from pilot, or are we just saying, oh, this is when you're going to get a bunch of fuel, so F you. Oh well, but we'll see. We also have a pretty hefty queue here. Typically I don't have a long wait, but I've got probably 4 trucks in front of me, and there's already 2 other trucks behind me. And this is one of those places you have to check in on the little screen computer and then drive to the guard shack to finish check-in. So it's a nice, slow process. And good old Nestle, they got me, my trailer is ready over 24 hours ahead of schedule. Hopefully it's the correct trailer. We'll have to see once I actually exit and look at the actual paperwork stop, and hopefully it's not loaded piss poorly, so I don't have to waste to come back and do a rework or whatever. But we'll see. Trying to be optimistic here, right? Really? Oh, come on now. Well, at least I know that this is an easy fix. I guess I can reverse. Oh yeah, everyone get mad at me now. It's not super busy, so I don't care. But, you know, that's not bad. I do like driving with my tandems more forward than backwards, so easy enough fix. I don't know what hole I did it, because I kind of did it randomly. I just slid it forward, slid it much dead even, with still plenty of room to fuel. I've got about, well, I've got 3/4 of a tank, so you know we'll be fine anyways. So squared away, and I wanted to add something, but I cannot remember what it was. Oh, for reference, since it was Nestle, we picked up a bunch of coffee creamer. So I do not drink coffee, so I couldn't give a single shit about this load. Made a quick stop at this rest area just past the way station on 70 after you once you get into Illinois, and I thought it was funny, the sign, it says after 11 hours of driving you need 10 hours rest. Like, oh, how cute, Illinois. You know, I appreciate that you care about us truckers to make sure that we can't forget that. But on the bright side, it's not one of those bullshit signs like in Tennessee that says 2-hour maximum. Like, so I guess I gotta give Illinois a little bit of credit here. Granted, we are in kind of southern Illinois, so. Successfully made it to the fuel stop. It is a Phillips 66 for reference. I have not gotten fuel yet. We'll get into that endeavor in a second. I was just trying to do some trip planning here. So my fuel stop is on 55 and 10, and then I'm going to cross over on 10 to get to Baton Rouge. You know, it makes sense, great, but my genuine curiosity is, what in the hell is happening here? Like, what? I don't know. It's apparently an hour faster to take U.S. roads instead of the highway. And then Jackson, like, what the hell is going on here? I have no clue. I genuinely do not know. It's confusing. Also, I've got, if I finish a 30 here, I'll have like 4.5 hours to drive. It's right now 6:30. That'll put me at 10:30. I don't know. Let's see, where will that put me? Oh, I'm all the way up there. How far is it to Memphis? So honestly, after doing all that investigation, I don't know. I really don't know what I'm going to do. The only thing that I know for a fact is I'm going to stop before I get to Memphis, because going anywhere past Memphis is already going to be pushing it on the 11-hour clock and the 14-hour clock, because that's about 300 miles, so I'm not even going to bother with that. So it's probably going to be somewhere in Missouri after I get on to 55, because so after I get on to 55 in Missouri, either there or maybe Arkansas on the north side before a 555, I'll try to probably find a place in that general area. Alright, it is time to go ahead and go. I gotta say, I used the restroom in there, and it was so freaking cool. The thing, it was an all-in-one. So the center was your water, the one on the left was your soap dispenser, and the thing on your right was a blow dryer. And it's like a little metal tube, like in a U shape, that came out over the sink itself. I was like, that is freaking cool. Like, you know, you wash your hands, soap, and then wash, and then blow dry your hands. And that was a really strong blow dryer, like fucking the Dyson, or the whatever the other one is. It's pretty good. Like, it was cool. I'm sorry, that's just technology more advanced than I could have even imagined right there. And it was all sensor, so, you know, you didn't have to touch anything. Man, technology has really come a long way, hasn't it? Made it to the ultra fancy Missouri rest stop here. As I suspected, it would have plenty of spots, because it is a quite large one. I mean, I would say the lot is maybe, hell, probably not even half full. Now, granted, it is Friday night, so, you know, but even on a regular weekday, I doubt this thing fills up. Also, since I didn't do a walk-around video with this trailer, I just want to point out, you know, all the chains are broken, so they're using these, they're literally using seals as this hook unit, and then on this unit, they've got a, I don't know what the technical term for that is, and then we've got a lock holding this chain link, so that's kind of funny. I'm actually genuinely curious if I can unlock it, but I'm pretty sure they have different keys for the locks, because I remember there was one lock that I needed to unlock and it couldn't unlock because someone left it behind. That was unsuccessful. And of course, I just now realized this slight predicament. So, is there any sort of security measure that we can do? I guess we can lock it like that. Let's see, get out of the light here. Yeah, that is some true piece of work right here. I mean, but hey, you know that technically, to an extent, is better than nothing. It is a slight deterrent, so we're gonna say that that is okay for now. I mean, as in for now, meaning there are no other options, so. Now, as for me, I'm gonna go freshen up, make myself some dinner, and call it a night. I've got to get up at around about 7:30 in the morning and basically push it down all the way to Louisiana, and once I'm down there, I will figure out if I'm going to sleep at the Petro or try to get a little closer to Baton Rouge. Pre-trip is completed. We're good to go. We've got about 500 miles to go. I have no idea what's going on because these maps keep showing different things right around the Jackson, Mississippi area. So I don't know. I guess I'll probably end up having to stop for either a 30 or just for a restroom break before then. So I'll just bust out the map, take a look at what's going on. Now, the only thing I know is in Jackson, one of the bridges has a weight limit, which I remember very first time leaving Jackson when I started with KLM, I accidentally went over it. I was like, but aside from that, I know that that's probably what the issue is, so I'll have to do some investigation on how to go around it, because I know for a fact it is confusing down there. The signs are absolute shit, so I guess we'll see. But in the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and go. I feel somewhat rested, so. Successfully arrived here to the Petro for my fuel stop. It is quite full and busy here, so that is slightly concerning. I know that they got a couple back rows, but on Trucker Path it said many spots, and then the pilot across the street said some spots. So I guess we'll see after I get my fuel. Because I'm gonna go ahead and have to stop here. There's a truck stop on the way on 12, about halfway between here and Baton Rouge, and apparently there is plenty of spots there always, but unfortunately it's paid parking, which I absolutely do not want to do. And then there is a pilot outside of Baton Rouge, which I'll be passing, and I can guarantee you that's going to be full, especially seeing all this BS. So that means I'm going to have to try my luck and try to find some parking here at the Petro. But on the other's hand of that, that's not going to be the end of the world, because I'm going to get some points here, which I can use to take a shower either later today or at some juncture of time tomorrow. And typically, as you guys know, I do prefer my Petro TA showers because they're always nicer. So I guess it's not the worst thing in the world. On a side note, from here we've got about 45 miles to go. Just a quick hop down 12, jump on 10 for like a mile, and then it's right there. So that should be good. I'm gonna need to do a review of thing. I don't know if I said it correctly earlier, but it's Associated Grocers. I think I said Associated Foods earlier in the video, so that is my mistake. So let's get this fuel, let's go ahead and get parked and figure out what in the world we're doing here. So it appears that these two entire rows are reserved parking, which is nice. I think I saw a couple spots open in the row over. Really? I can't believe this. So I'm trying to do this blindside angle back because it's a fucking Petro, and I did not set myself up well at all that good. So I'm waiting here for the fucking traffic to clear, and this guy who passes me, he noses in, and he saw me struggling. Unbelievable. Stole my spot. I can't believe it. I don't know. Successfully made it here. Plenty of parking. We'll take a look here in a second. Look what came back. Funny enough, so that's the second light that I was talking about. This light went out as I was driving earlier, but then my tablet, it completely lost connectivity earlier when I was driving. So it's like, what in the hell? And then the other thing I wanted to point out is, as I was entering Louisiana from Mississippi, I believe that's where it was, the way station, I got a bypass on my tablet. Then the sign on the road said open, but then there was a third notification for me, and it said do not enter when flashing. And I got so confused. I was like, wait, hold on, what? Because everywhere else you have to enter if it's flashing, like Pennsylvania, Tennessee. Those are the two big ones that use the flashing, at least wherever I go. So seeing that flashing and then it said do not enter, I was like, all right, so let's go take a quick peek at this parking lot, pay for parking, and also I want to get myself some, they're called cracklins? I have no idea what that is, but I saw a bunch of signs for them, so I'm like, well, if I'm already blowing money, might as well, right? Yeah, a ton of parking here, so that's nice. Hell, I'm gonna pay $22 for parking at a Petro or Pilot. That's a joke. I'm not gonna do that. If I can, I can pay anywhere from $10 to $15 in Chicagoland, the heart of Chicago, or anywhere in Chicago, and then turn around and pay $22 in Louisiana. Like, what the hell? But this is pretty cool looking. Probably not supposed to walk this way, but it's a little too late for that. Got my fancy parking permit here. Had to pay for 2 nights. Not surprising, so $30, but it's okay. Still cheaper than Pilot or Petro. Unfortunately, I couldn't get my cracklins, but apparently cracklins is like a fried chicken skin, and I love chicken skin, so. And unfortunately, they didn't have any, so I guess maybe I'll try tomorrow. Also, they had Dippin' Dots. Can't tell you last time I had Dippin' Dots. Like, you have to give me some of that. I'll admit, the smell of this fried chicken in the air is just phenomenal. It's making me hungry. All right. With that being said, I'm going to cook my own food because I already spent too much money. Maybe I'll treat myself later to some Dippin' Dots. But, yeah. Currently, like, 8-ish, 9 o'clock, something like that. My friend, he saw my Snap story that I posted earlier because I posted the jankiness of this on Snap. And he was like, man, you gotta at least have a hammer for shit like that. At least a hammer as a truck driver. And I was like, that's fair. I mean, but then that gets into the whole downward spiral of, well, you got hammer, then you gotta get wrenches, and then you gotta get sockets and pliers, and that's just, I don't want to fall down that trap, mainly because I don't have any space. But we were talking, I was like, you know what, I have a multi-tool. If I bang on this enough, I can get it set into place, and here we are, as we can see, so yay me. At least now you can see more clearly the jank setup of this. It's just sad. Really sad. Also, the parking lot is maybe half full at this point, so not too bad. I did see a whole RV come in. I don't know where he parked, but it looked like they were setting up for the night. I also did some research on the place that I'm going. It actually looks like that they have on-site parking, though it seems you can come early and they'll have parking for you, but once you get unloaded, you cannot stay parked there. The second thing is, the reviews were extremely mixed. I saw a bunch of reviews of I was in and out within 1 to 2 hours, and then I saw a bunch of other reviews of I'm here 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours. So I'm gonna see tomorrow if I get pre-assigned a trip, because if they don't pre-assign me a trip, I'll try to get there as close to my appointment time as possible, so that way I can let them take a while. Hopefully by then it'll be late enough in the morning that they will have already assigned me my next trip, and I can just roll straight out of there, because there's no parking around here. There really isn't. The South is not ideal for trucking, in my opinion. I'd rather deal with Chicago. So it's currently about, I guess it says it right there, 8 o'clock in the evening. I was gonna leave here in about 4 hours roughly, and I heard my truck having some issues. I noticed that in the bunk, the AC wasn't blowing cold, so that was not ideal. I come up here and it wants me to do a parked regen, which is fine. So I got up, I started a parked regen. My 2 check engine lights were on, I assume from the original fuel pressure issue. But after I started the regen, I went back to bed, and loud beep came on. The I guess I won't show it, but the stop engine warning light came on. You know, something engine will automatically shut off in 2 minutes. So that's not particularly good as... Oh, there it is. So it doesn't... Okay, thank you. I bet it's going to say parked regen required. Well, yeah, okay. That doesn't really help me. I mean, the water temp is a little warmer than normal. I don't necessarily want to go through every single one of these to see if there's any other issues. I guess I should. I don't know why I clicked ABS. I doubt there's going to be an ABS issue. But yeah, it's not good. I was reading online, and someone posted that the red stop engine light could mean a low coolant issue, coolant leaking out. So I was looking around and I didn't see any sort of coolant leak. Now, I do have this leak right here, but that's the standard condensation drip from running the truck in the AC, because it is warm down here. It's about 75 degrees right now, and it's roughly 9 o'clock at night. So you can imagine during the day I had this truck running all day. So that looked like that normal leak. But I don't know, when I checked the coolant level, it was down just under the cold minimum words right here. So I bought myself a couple gallons of coolant. I filled it up to about right here. The truck is not sitting level. It's kind of teetering to the left there. So I added that much. I'm still just leaving it open, letting it sit here to see if it can cool down more and the coolant can quote unquote shrink, you know, because if it's warm, the particles expand. So in theory, if it cools down more, it might need to add a little bit more. So, you know, let it sit and do that. I don't want to start it, obviously, to let it cool down to see if this helps the check engine light, but I probably should start it at some point before I actually need to leave, so I can at least know that that did or did not resolve the issue, and then go forward with calling breakdown, calling dispatch, etc., etc. Just a fantastic fun time down here in Louisiana. Now, I will say, with everything that has accumulated here, I am glad that I did not park at either that Petro or Pilot, because I would not like to be doing this around a super busy truck stop with everyone flying by and other reasons. So that is one benefit. Also, I wonder if I'm going to get reimbursed for these the coolants that I bought. I highly doubt that I will, but well, the stoplight was still on. It gave another alarm for parked regen, so I'm going to try to do it again. Hopefully it won't get stopped out by the automatic engine shutoff warning. Successfully arrived here. Forgot to film as I was departing, but not much to say there. Still just got the one check engine light, so we're at least making some progress here. If we're going to have some sort of issue after or soon or coming up, that's going to be a different story, but we will cross that bridge when we get there. But I got here just shy of 2 a.m. with the appointment being at 2:30. They checked me in and told me to park in this gravel lot that I kind of knew about. I think I mentioned it earlier that I could have probably just come here and parked. I don't know if I could have come yesterday afternoon, not even yesterday, Saturday afternoon. But that's aside from the point. I was kind of glad that I stayed where I did. It honestly was really nice with how quiet it was, even though I had to pay for it, so oh well. So yeah, so at this point, I'm just gonna have to sit here and wait for a telephone call, and then see where that takes me. Now, with a lot of these trucks here, I'm kind of curious if I could park here until I get my next trip assignment, if I don't get one by the time I get finished unloading. So I don't know, we'll see. The other thing that I wanted to point out is it was actually a pretty easy drive to get here on these side streets that I took, so not a bad place to get to. I think I drove through like a little hospital complex as well, from what I could tell. So this answers a question of, they're kind of strict on parking. I wonder if he's going to come over here, because that red Freightliner parked after he came from the dock area, and I guess they were watching, because they rolled up on him right after, or just a few minutes ago, just a few minutes after he parked. So it seems that they are a bit strict on making you GTFO once you get done. So I guess I'll keep an eye on him. Man, my windshield is dirty. Used to being up north where there's no bugs because it's cold already. Come down here, it's a different story. But yeah, so I wonder if they'll make him leave. So for reference, they did kick out that person. I did see him leave. Apparently that person just sits there all night. Got into a door maybe 30, 45 minutes after I initially parked at the lot, so not too bad. Pretty simple procedure here. Just back into the door, open your doors, and then you gotta walk down to door 49, I think it is. I'm over here at 84, so it was a tiny walk down the row. Give them their paperwork, then you walk over to the capstone desk, and then they took care of that. It's interesting, at this place they already knew how much they were going to charge, so by the time I got back to my truck I already got the text message to pay. It was like $500 for reference. And now I guess it's a waiting game. I don't even have a light or anything, so I have no idea what to expect. I guess at least they got the payment out of the way, so I won't miss the text message from passing out. And she said that they will call me. So we have no idea how long that'll be. And I don't think they started unloading my trailer, and it looked like a good group of super motivated people, so nah, I'm just kidding. Well, they didn't look super enthused about their job, but that's okay. So I'm here at the Blue Beacon right by the Petro where I had my fun excursion earlier. So they got me unloaded. I think the entire process took, I was on break for 5.5 hours, so I guess not terrible. So it could have been worse, that's for sure. Let's see. Yeah. So they already assigned me another trip. Luckily, it was literally right when they called me to get my paperwork, so I was able to kind of quickly figure out what I'm doing now and get out of there without anyone getting mad at me and kicking me out. So overall, a neat little trip. Fun. Definitely a lot of fun issues, but it is what it is. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys on the next one.